Good morning, day 37. I don't want to get up today.
I don't want to get up today.
It's just one of those.
We got up early.
I don't
We've
feel
just
like
been
getting
laying
up.
here. It's not even cold.
It's just after 7, and we're just laying here, fighting getting up. We know we should get up.
He's tired.
The frogs kept me up. Actually, I think there was only one frog. And it ribbited all night long until I finally fell asleep at like midnight.
Stop it. Don't put that in there.
Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna try to get up here. Okay. Pack the sleeping bag away. I have no bed to crawl back into and put my socks on. So I guess we're getting up and having coffee. Okay, it's just after 8:30. We dragged our heels long enough. We're finally on the trail. Looks like we're gonna go to the hot springs today. Well, we've been going for just about 2 hours now. Been climbing pretty much ever since we left camp this morning. The wind is nice and cold, so it keeps us chilly. As long as we keep on moving, we stay warm. But as soon as we stop, the layers almost need to go back on. Just trying to catch my breath right now. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if it's all the dust from the trail that I've been ingesting and inhaling that I'm trying to get out of my lungs, or if my childhood asthma is coming back. But I'm having a hard time catching my breath all these high hill climbs right now. Maybe it's the altitude, I don't know. But I took a couple allergy pills, so hoping that alleviates it for the short term. We'll see what happens soon. So for me, this is exactly the same thing we've kind of been walking through for the past couple days. But for those at home, just so you can see what we're walking through a lot of sandy like desert with shrubs and lots of rocks. And this wind is unforgiving. It just constantly blows the dust and pollen and everything around. Everything is blooming right now in the desert. There's all these flowers around, and there's just a constant cloud of dust blowing around. So I think that's possibly my issue with my lungs right now, is that I'm just breathing in so much crap that I got allergies, I guess. And there's lizards everywhere. Hello, Mr. Lizard. Back to the lava rock walk. It's very, very fun to walk on this stuff. It's like little foot massages, except it's very painful foot massages. Just if they could ease off on the pressure a little bit, it would be much better. I don't understand why my feet hurt. Okay, now we're finally back into the open. The trail's a little easier. And lots of mountains around. Lots of open desert-like area. Just saw our third snake of the day. They're little black snakes. Actually, they're not really little black snakes. They're like 2.5 feet long black snakes with big yellow stripes down them. And they move really quick, so they give you a good startle. I know they're probably just as scared of us as we are of them, but Jen seems to disagree. I'm curious as to if anybody knows what kind of snakes these are, though. It kind of boggles my mind how one burnt tree can still stay standing. And there's another one just over there too. Coming up to our first bridge, it looks like. Just have to figure out how to get down there. Very cool. Now we're up on this little ridge here. Lots of grass on the side, which is kind of strange to see after we've been in the desert for so long. All these pretty little yellow flowers. miles. Woo-hoo! Well, we've gone just over 7 miles. We have about 7.5 to go. And we're looking for a spot to stop for lunch because I'm getting hungry. Breakfast is definitely worn off. But this trail doesn't have many options to stop and sit. Just kind of walking along the edge of this cliff. Well, we just stopped for a little afternoon siesta and a little bit of lunch. Looks like I'm having some cold soaked Mr. Noodles, but they're not quite soaked enough because I'm impatient. Well, they're not Mr. Noodles. No, they're ramen, which is not even close to Mr. Noodles. My stove decided it has a self-igniter, and the igniter decided that it's not going to ignite anymore, so I'm reliant upon Jen's lighter, but it's so windy here anyway, so I decided, you know what, instead of getting Jen to dig out her lighter, I'll just cold soak, but then I got really impatient because I was hungry, so yeah, we'll just hang out here for a little bit. Well, we're back on trail. I didn't want to leave. I was enjoying my rest. I almost fell asleep, but didn't. So close. We stayed for too long, and now my feet are telling me that they don't want to go any further, but they'll loosen up, I'm sure. Still having a little bit of trouble catching my breath. The allergy pills definitely helped, but yeah, a little bit of elevation gain and exertion going up hills, and I'm really having a hard time with my lungs right now. So I don't know what's going on there. Even just climbing and walking is straining on them. Looks like we're going just over 6 more miles to the hot springs, and I am looking forward to staying there for a while. Bridge number 2 for the day. It is a nice bridge. I was worried that it was going to be a small bridge. It is definitely seems pretty solid. I am so done with walking on crazy cliff sides like that. I didn't realize how taxing it is to the body and energy it just zaps from you when you're clinging to the side of a cliff, trying not to fall down. Oh my goodness, I slipped a couple times, and man, I'm exhausted mentally.
It's because he's scared of heights. We were not clinging to the side.
Yes, we were. I hate heights, and the trail is only like a foot wide when we are 100+ feet up. Well, we made it to the hot springs. Almost a 15-mile day. That hillside walking definitely put a lot of strain on my foot. I hobbled for a while and tried to use a pole. I felt like it actually made me more dependent and more prone to hobbling, so I put the pole away and just carried it. And so yeah, it's gonna be sore for a while, I'm sure. We're gonna go soak in this here spring. Apparently this one over here is the hottest one. There's lots of people hanging out in here. So we're gonna go join them in a little bit in there. Well, we thoroughly enjoyed that hot spring. Sat there for probably the better part of an hour after we set up the tent. It is 8 o'clock and now it's time to cook some supper. Gonna have some instant rice and some spinach and artichoke dip mix with some chicken salad creations in there with some Parmesan cheese and some bacon bits wherever they are. I'm not sure where they are, but I'll find them. Anyways, my feet are extremely sore and cold right now, so I've got them in my socks and my nice little booties, and they're starting to warm up and not hurt so much, but yeah, they're pretty sore right now. So we're gonna take a 0 tomorrow, and hopefully it doesn't rain tonight, so everything's not wet tomorrow, and we're going to probably be soaking in that spring tomorrow. Good night.